right, well, let's get started. Looks like we're getting a crowd. So, what I'm going to do, and I'm going to time you, and I'm going to give you 45 seconds to answer this in the chat box. So you all should be paying attention. 45 seconds. How much time you got, Evan?
45 seconds.
All right. I'm going to show you something, and you're going to tell me what it is. Now, be specific. All right? And remember, we're talking about the moon here, so it has something to do with the moon. 45 seconds starts. Oh, well, wait. Oh, hey, Taylor.
Hi.
Okay, Hayden, I don't see you. Trey, I don't see you. Lennon, I don't see you. But are you with us? Okay. Okay, Taylor, I was just telling him you're going to have 45 seconds. I'm going to show you an image. You have 45 seconds to put your answer in the little chat box so I can see your response. But I'm limiting to 45 seconds, so you just can't, like, you know, do a Google search on it that quick, I don't think. I don't know, maybe I should change it to 30 seconds. All right, are we ready? You're ready. Yes, you are. What is it? Be specific. Don't just say the moon. Tell me what phase.
I can't see anything.
Well, that's your fault.
No, probably.
You really can't see anything?
I can't see anything either.
How can you not see anything?
Oh, no, it is.
Okay. 30 seconds left. $20. Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Hold on.
1.
Hold on.
I'm so close to getting the first online.
All right. So if we look at that picture, let me just stop the chat. Okay, one thing to remember about, like, the phases. Think about, you know, how we read a sentence. We read a sentence, hopefully, from left to right, right?
Middle to out.
We think about phases. We think about the light part goes opposite, right? So it goes right to left. So if we think about that, if we're looking at the light side's gonna get lighter from right to left. If you're looking at the dark, it's gonna get darker from right to left. So we always have to think about it's going from right to left. So, you know, the dark side here, it's gonna be getting darker as we go. Darker is over here on the right. The next day it's gonna get even darker. It's gonna be less moon and less moon and less moon. So what phase would that be? Well, first of all, if it's getting less and less moon, we use the term
Waning.
waning, right? And it's more than one of the, you know, quarters, so it's a waning
Gibbous.
gibbous. It's a waning gibbous, right? All right. Waning gibbous. All right, what I want you to do is I want you to open up Explore Learning. And just the moonrise moonset thing, and then we're gonna put that thing to rest. I'll share my screen. Get rid of that picture. No, not that one. Not that one. No, one maybe. Okay. Sorry, we're going to look at the gizmo. So launch the moonrise moonset thing again. Let me know if you're having trouble getting to it. Let me know if you're, speak now if you can't open up the gizmo for some reason. Everybody there? Yes?
Mine's loading.
Okay.
All right, I'm there.
All right. So once you're on the gizmo, what I want you to do is I want you to scroll down on the gizmo page, and we're going to look at some of the assessment questions. We're going to talk about some of these assessment questions. Okay, on number 1, we think about, rotation. The Earth rotates counterclockwise. So the Earth, it rotates in this direction, right? So this guy is standing in the dark side, but just a little bit ago, he was in the light side. So Corbin, what do you think? Do you think this is just before sunrise, just after sunrise, just before sunset, or just after sunset?
Just after sunset.
Yeah, I would say just after sunset. We look at this diagram and just think rotation of the Earth is counterclockwise. Right? Let's look at number 2. Okay, what time of day would you expect to see first quarter? Right? The first quarter, if we think about first quarter, it's directly overhead at sunset. Right? So we think about this diagram. Right? If we're standing right at sunset, okay, that's when we see the first quarter. So if the first quarter is right at sunset, when would we see moonrise? So we think about, when is sunset about? Approximately, what time is sunset? I can't hear you. About 6 o'clock, right? Right. If we think about a 24-hour day, we think about like 6 o'clock, sunset. Now there's some time differences there based on our latitude, from photoperiods and daylight savings time. But if the first quarter moon is directly overhead, first quarter moon's directly overhead at sunset, when would it have rise? It must have rose about 6 hours earlier. Does that make sense to you? If the first quarter moon would be right here at sunset, 6 hours before sunset, what time would it be? Six hours before sunset, what time would it be? Danny? Huh?
Noon.
Yeah, noon. Okay, let's look at number 3. The image below shows the moon and the Earth. At what time would moonrise happen? So it's kind of in a line already, right? If we think about the line of the horizon. Again, think about, we're rotating counterclockwise. So when do you think that moonrise would happen? What time would it be right here? We're standing right here. A little while ago, we were in the dark, right? But now we've experienced sunrise, and it's a little bit past sunrise.
Around 9 a.m.
Yeah, about 9 a.m. Let's look at number 4. Again, it's talking about, the moon rises at noon and sets at midnight. So what's halfway between noon and midnight, Caden? What time is it halfway between noon and midnight? Can't hear you.
Sunset 6.
It's 6 o'clock. And what do we say happens at 6 o'clock? If we're standing right here at 6 o'clock, what moon phase is there?
It was first quarter.
It was first quarter. Huh? And now let's look at number 5. Which of the following statements is false? The moon usually sets about 12 hours after it rises. Hayden, you think that's true? After it rises, it sets 12 hours later? Hayden? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's 24-hour day, sets and rises, about 12-hour difference. All right, Hayden, what about B? The moon rises in the west and sets in the east.
No, because
No. No. Okay, because Earth rotates counterclockwise, any celestial body is going to rise in the east and set in the west. Right? Anything that's out there in the, we look out into space, right? Since our rotation is causing those things to experience rise and set, it rises in the east and sets in the west. Now, if you didn't do very good on that assessment the first time you took it, I reset it. You're going to take it now if you didn't take it while we were all doing it together. So make sure you're answering those questions and answer them correctly. If you need me to reset a quiz for you, like you already took it and I didn't give you another chance, I certainly will. If you think you can do better than the first time you did it. I'm going to stop sharing here. Anybody need a reset? Yeah? Okay. And if you don't want to say you need a reset out loud, you can just, chat me or something. Okay, anybody else need a reset? Now, if you got an 80, I didn't automatically reset it. So if you think 80 is as good as you can get right now and you're happy with an 80, then that's fine. If you think you can get 100 on this thing, then I would say by all means, please ask for a reset.
The chat is disabled.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's crazy. All right, hold on. Let's see. Why is chat disabled? Okay. Now it's not. Sorry. Well, it's too late now. I already erased it. Okay, those of you that asked for reset, it should be all reset for you. That's gonna get you.
No.
Okay, while we're waiting for everybody to finish that quiz, we are going to stay on Explore Learning and open up the other gizmo on moon phases. So if you want to open up the worksheet on that, while we're waiting for everyone to finish this gizmo quiz.
Actually, I want to see you play with
Did Evna leave us? It's on Explore Learning, the gizmo worksheet. Yeah, Grant? You got it? Okay. Evan left us? Well, that was mean. Well, there he is.
it keeps like the noise and stuff keeps on cutting out a lot.
No, really? Okay, so did you retake the quiz? That's what we should be doing right now.
Mr.
Did it?
Richards,
Yes?
it said that it says current results not saved. It says I've already taken it.
Well, I reset it. Maybe you start. Yeah, it just says for me, you got a 0.
That's rough.
Okay, see if you can like refresh and try it again or something. Evan, are you on the quiz? Where'd he go again? Left us.
Is the quiz the one that we just went over?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
All right. Caden, did you get all set up? Are you taking it again? Is it
Yeah.
working for you? Okay. I don't know where Taylor went. I mean, not Taylor, but Evan. All right. So we're gonna open up that Moonrise Moonset, not the Moonrise Moonset, but the other one.
All right, it worked.
Moon. Okay. Moon phases gizmo is what we're looking at. Okay, before we start going over that, a word a little bit about the critical assessment juncture thing that you need to get done with this week. If you're missing an assignment from me, then, or it's an incomplete assignment, then I'm not like allowing you to take that critical juncture thing until you finish it. So make sure your work is done. Otherwise, your test grade is going to be 0. So another thing is, when you start working on 2.7, after you take the assessment, if you're working ahead, because 2.7 will be like stuff we do next week. I assigned you in differentiation groups, so you're all different colors. So one of those tabs, you have a certain, job to do. One of the things on 2.7, I think it talks a little bit about the modeling the moon with a flashlight and things. If you have a flashlight and a ball, you can do it yourself. Otherwise, you can just think about it. It's not that, complicated of activity. Okay. All right, so I'm going to share my screen here, and we're going to go through that, start going through that gizmo. I mean, you can start working ahead on it. It's not that difficult of a gizmo. Is Evan still with us anywhere? He's gone. All right. Oh, that share thing doesn't like me. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, people. Where did it even go? Oh my, whatever. That logged me. All right. No, every time I click share, it like goes haywire. Yes. Sorry. All right, I'm gonna try again, but probably won't work. Okay, so the first thing is I just want you to Google and insert an image of the moon. Maybe you have a favorite image of the moon. Maybe it's big, bright, red. Nice. But go ahead and insert just your favorite image. How about that question? How often does a full moon happen?
About once a month.
Yeah, about once a month. Okay, in the phases of the moon gizmo, click play. What do you notice about the motion of the moon? So if we click play on this, what do you notice? Danny? Nevia?
What question are we on? Oh, one.
Yeah.
I noticed that it revolves around the Earth as a spin.
And in comparison, it's kind of slow, isn't it, with the spin? Okay, the path the moon takes is called its orbit. The moon is revolving around the Earth. Hayden, what do you notice about the motion of the Earth?
It's rotating as the moon is revolving around the Earth.
Okay. Okay, the motion is called rotation. Earth rotates on its axis. A straight line connecting the North Pole to the South Pole is the axis. Let's see. Trey, where would you have to be to see the view shown above? So to see this view, where would you have to be? Think you could be standing anywhere on Earth and seeing this view? Trey?
I don't have
Okay, what?
I don't have a gun.
I know, I don't. Okay, but look at, you see that picture? To be able to see this view, where would you have to be?
Anywhere from Earth?
Yeah, you'd have to be away from Earth, right? You couldn't be standing on Earth anywhere. You couldn't be standing on the moon. You'd have to be like, you know, above its rotation in outer space somewhere. Well, let's go. Okay, click the gizmo. So click reset, brainstorm. Why do you think we see phases of the moon? You already know that. Taylor, why do we see phases of the moon?
I don't have it done, but
Yeah, but you know why we see phases, right? Is it because of our position or is it because of the moon's position?
moon.
Moon. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to be to get that done. Let me stop share. There's a couple of you that I'm going to keep a couple minutes to talk about some things that for some reason or another aren't done. Let's see. Nothing. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I need these people to sit tight for a little bit. And Evan, Corbin, Braden, Landon, and Taylor. Is Evan still around? Did he leave us? Evan never came back? Okay. So Corbin, Braden, Landon, and Taylor.
Mr.
Okay,
Rhodes,
Braden, why didn't you finish 2.5?